Okay, I talked to Campbell at Campbell's Networks. He helped me figure out how to do the grip on the Magnus, and in his tutorial it doesn't say anything about cutting, which you actually do have to, and I'll show you where and how. Let's see here. There's the grip. Other side. So I opened up my Magnus all the way, and I took out both priming bars on top, or the slides, I guess. You know, this side. And I already cut one of them. So this is the right side, as you can see there. So in his pictures that he sent me, he said basically you cut straight, or close to straight, up this way, because you're only going to use this front part. And you want to cut back behind the second line right here on both sides. So I'm guessing this part you can toss. For now I'm just going to keep it right here. So I have to do that on this one, that's why it's already marked. You also have to take off this tab. I don't know why, because you're not going to be using it. But apparently you have to anyways. So I'll do that just for here's the giggles there. Let me get the rest of the pieces out here. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this up first and then figure out how these go on. I know they go on the front because they have to match up with this and where's the other thing? And this hole. So those will all meet up. So this hole and this hole, those will meet up. Because at first glance on the video, you can kind of tell where they are on the blaster, where these are on the blaster. They're somewhere on here, right? But it's really hard to tell which end it's on. And because it's already upside down, it's a little odd. So I'll show you how to do it the right side up way, I guess. So the only thing that I have in the blaster is the other side holding all this stuff in. This one's off just because I had to take all the rest of the stuff off. To get the other slide off, you have to take out this part, which goes right in there, as well as there's a little, let's see if I can find it. This little weird piece here, because when you put the slide back on, I think it goes right here when it's inside. It goes on the inside, so it's kind of gripping it. We'll see if we still need that, I don't know. And then this part, of course, will go into these two holes here with those two screws. So, I'm gonna take that out for now. Just put this to the side right here. And then you also have to take out the magazine pusher, I guess. And then this piece usually goes right on top here to hold everything in. Technically, that's the flap that kind of spread apart when you push a dart in. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. I'll do it with the Dremel, I guess. I'll get my glasses on. Get my Dremel on. Forewarning, this is gonna get loud real quick. Just FYI. So I'm gonna take this off first. If you notice on this one, I sanded it down and I accidentally cut a little hole with the sander, but that's fine. I'm not worried about that, especially if I'm covering it. If I'm not using it at all, I don't care. So yeah, let's cut that part off first. So I cut it down enough. Now I can do one of two things. Either use the sanding bit on this to bring it down. I can use snips to get the big parts off, which I'll do here on the axis. And you want to make it smooth as possible. Don't want any extra stuff there. So I'm going to unscrew that, get my sanding bit on. What I did is, after I did the sanding part a little bit, I stopped and I used a piece of sandpaper just to get close but not too close. Let's see my glasses. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's see how that looks. Always wear glasses when you're sanding or cutting because that stuff flies everywhere. Take the roughest sandpaper that I have. That's pretty smooth. There's still a little bit of extra. You can see it. It's not that bad. I'll just put this on low real quick. Okay. That should be good enough. Yeah, pretty good. Now I'm going to cut this. I first try to use my handheld circular saw first, which you can do, but it doesn't cut all the way through. So I'm just going to use a Dremel because eventually you do have to use a Dremel to cut through the rest of it. So I'm just going to cut it with the Dremel itself. Might as well since I have it here. Get glasses on here. Maybe I do want to do that with the saw, at least the main part, because that's how I did the first one, and that's not going to go all the way through either. So I'm going to put in my vise and go over to the right. You may not be able to see this, but you'll see when it's out of it. Always make sure you want to tighten it. The first one I did, it was tight in there, but it wasn't tight enough, and the piece actually slipped down out of the vise, so I had to stop my saw real quick. Scared the hell out of me. Alright, let's see here. Alright, this is going to be pretty loud, so if you have sensitive ears, I'm sorry. Let's see here. Let's go on that side. I think we got it. Actually exploded in half. About perfect half. Let me grab it. Almost perfect half. Need to do the rest with the Dremel. But as you can see, you know, get glasses on. There we go. And you want to sand the edge because you don't want to hurt yourself on it. It's the last thing you want to do. If there's any like little extra barbs, try to get those off as well. Should just come off like that, yeah. Any barbs, take your snippers. Okay, there's that side. This side. Let's see that side. Better. All right. And again, it will never be perfect just because the way that you cut it, it has to go over basically a flat surface and then kind of round. So it's a little awkward on this end. Well, actually on both ends. And let's see what's the next part. Now, the next part is figuring out how this actually goes together. So if it is on the front part, that should go together when it's back on the slide, I believe. I didn't cut it real even, but I can always fix that. So basically like that. Okay. There's a screw that these two go through on top. Let's see. Where should I cut this more to fix it? I cut a little more out that way. I'm gonna have to keep these two while I'm cutting it, just cause I can't hold it and stop at the same time because it'll come apart. Gonna use a painter's tape for that. That's good enough. I'm gonna hold it right there because the bottom seems to be buckling a little bit, but I need to cut just that part off just a little bit. Okay, that's a little better. Like I said, it doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be close enough. Okay. I don't think we need the Dremel anymore. Let's see here. Undo these. Pick up all the little crap with the tape here. Throw that out. Okay, that's good enough for now. So when the grip goes on, it's actually going to be this one, I believe. The big part's going to be in the back, and this is going to be up here. So you want the hole in this to line up with the bottom hole in this. This hole doesn't line up with, oh yeah, it does. It lines up with that hole here. So yeah, and then these actually connect to each other. So it should be fine. So let's go ahead and reassemble. This should be interesting. So technically, I need to do this side first. It's already in there. I need to take that out so I can see. There's that. This is that side. Goes right there. That little peg goes through there. And the one on the other side will meet it when you put that one on. That seems to be in there. Let me get the screw for that. I think I forgot that inside. I kept them all on this piece of tape, and the piece of tape fell on the ground and I couldn't see it. I usually leave them in the blaster, as you know, but I had to have them out of the blaster to take everything apart and saw it and everything. So inside the blaster, there's only one silver one, and that one goes into that little piece. And where's my, here it is. That's gonna go into the screw port right there, right behind this orange thing. That's part of the plunger thing. It's kind of hard to put in because, well, number one, I got big hands, and it's a very tiny thing to put in a tiny place. Almost had it. It's even hard once to get it out. Got so much stuff in my hair. Let's see if I can get the piece on there before I get the screw in there. That's the hardest thing. There we go. Okay, so that's the way to do it. Piece first, then the screw. Because the piece has a groove that matches up with the rest of the plastic in there. Once you get that, you should be fine. And you want to make sure it looks like that when it's in there, so it's pointing to the left, I guess. And I'll put this one in. So this goes underneath here. Let's see. Because this is supposed to go, the little part, before it gets to the big part, it's supposed to go over this. So this needs to be almost all the way through. There is a lip in there you'll feel, but it's retractable, so it should go up. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the screws out. All right. I always feel like it goes this way. Am I right? Because if you look at the, I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, matter for, because it's indented in here, but it's also indented on that side. But from what I remember, it was like this, unless it was like this. But what would, oh, that would go through there. Okay, maybe, because when I had it in this way and I sealed it back up, it was priming, but it wasn't firing. So maybe that's why. Let's see here. It's really hard to see inside. Like you can see where it should go right there, that way. Just because, you know, the way that it's set up. Ooh, almost got it. Give me one second. Okay, I just looked it up real quick. So yeah, it does go in this way. Let's see here. Like I need it to come out just a little bit. But now it's like stuck in there. There we go. There we go. I think we got it. I saw in one picture they had it backwards, but it was backwards because what they had done is cut the bottom out and then they made it so it could take a 6-round magazine, which isn't a bad idea, but for what I'm doing, I don't think I can do that. Because this rail is going to go up inside the, inside the 3D printed set there. Okay, and then you put this piece back on, ease it in like that. Make sure that the screws are lined up to the holes behind them. Looks like that one is. Once one is, the other one should be too, because it's not a, it's not. This piece takes up most of the area because it's just basically a backboard. Okay, there's that one. There is one other piece to cut, but I don't think I'll need the Dremel for it. Probably just a razor blade and some snips. Okay, then you put your magazine spring in. When you put this in, make sure this spring is on this side because it goes around this post right here. And just rests right there. And make sure the bottom spring is above these two things. And then this just, I believe, sets up there like that. And then you're ready to put on the other side. Actually, before I do that, before I put this side on, I'm going to take, I'm going to have to do it to that side when I put it all together, which is fine, but I'm going to do this now. So, you're going to have to take out this little post right here, and then this whole thing, so it's totally clear to go across. So let me snip that out real quick. Actually, let me get these. These are better. See if I can snip this. I think I can. Let's see. Might be a little bit tough. We'll get it. Maybe on that part I will use the Dremel just to get it faster. Glasses here. I'm just gonna put it on low. Okay, I did a little bit too much, but that's fine. Not gonna be able to see it because it's gonna be underneath. This part I need to get more of. I'm gonna use my razor. You can always test it too. See if you need to cut more or less. Yeah, so that'll be fine. I'll do it 2 at a time once I get it all together. So now, I believe this will go this way. This we can put like that. This is connected by this little peg here. Mine, the one lip on that one side is already gone for some reason. But as long as you have both, you should be fine. And we'll put it back together. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in first, just to keep the back together. There we go. And the top part where the priming bar is, I'm going to do that last, because that's what's going to involve that. In there. I'm not going to do it quite yet. Actually, shouldn't put that in there not at all, because it's got to go through the other piece first. I can actually put it through that one though. The long out on that one. Yeah, because for these top two, you don't want to do them right away because you will need those screw ports for the actual pump. Because as you can see here, it is right side up, but it's going to be upside down when we assemble it onto the main part of the body. So I'm saving the 2 longer screws for that. I'm just putting in the rest all around. Okay. That one here. Whoop. The good thing is about not using the back part of the prime, cutting it off. You have an extra screw or two. Okay. Let's see, one on the bottom. Oh, there's already a screw in there. You can see it. Do this one. Okay. One down here. Oh, come back. Okay. I'll make sure that the lips are lined up okay. Should be fine. I'm just going to prime this just to test and make sure it works. If I can. Really difficult too. Let's see here. Getting stuck on something. Let's see. Good. All right. As long as it works. No, wait. That means I don't have to open it up again. All right. Let's put these bad boys on. I'm going to put this on first because this is where all the screws go, of course. And it's going to go on just like there. Put that screw. I'm not sure how this actually stays on. Well, we'll try it. I really don't see. It feels like there should be a bar in between something. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Make sure everything lines up. Yeah, on the other side. All right, the back screws are done. I'm going to do the front ones here. Okay. sure how this works, but let's see. Yeah, see, that just slides off, so I don't understand this at all. Huh. That's how it's supposed to go on. But all I did was put them through that hole, you know, onto those. And these are the screws that came with them. Unless I need to use different screws through here. Because this goes on there. And that hole's there for basically no reason. Same thing with this one. Very, very strange. Yeah, I don't get it. Well, these holes are lined up with, you know, these on the slide here, but I don't get why it's not going on it. It feels like it should have a much bigger head than the screw that comes with it to hold it on there, you know? Because these are not holding on to the blaster whatsoever. They're just holding on to each other. You know, each half is together because of these two tiny screws. Well, for now, we'll take it off. I'm gonna have to message him again, telling him I did cut everything right, because this is how it's supposed to look. You know. So that is right. But let's do the cutting on here first, just to get that out of the way. That's pretty good. And we'll do the back here. Oh, I'll use the saw a little bit, the Dremel. Glasses on here. And where's it back here? Okay. So we'll do it from here. Just do it on low. I think I got it. So again, a little hole, but no, it matches. Again, it should be fine regardless if there's a hole, because this part's all gonna be hidden. I noticed that he also cut back here. Maybe it's this. If it is, that's easy to cut off. And I don't think it doesn't interfere with anything. There's nothing inside there. Let's see how clear this is. Why is there something white there? That's weird. I should sand this, but I don't really care. I only sand stuff that I know I'm going to see. If it's just for functionality and it's going to be hidden, it doesn't matter. Let's see here. Okay, so still too much material. So what I'll do is on the Dremel, take the saw off, if I can. Put my sanding bit on, just to get that little extra stuff in there. On both sides. I don't know if I can get that. Let me use a piece of paper so I can get in there. Maybe. Now let's try. Do not want to break this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut the material more. And I shall do that in tomorrow's video, and hopefully we can finish it up. But I'm gonna go ahead and text him and ask him how the grip goes on, because on his channel he's only made 8 videos, and they're pretty vague. They don't show you in every pump kit that he has. I think he has a pump kit for the Strife, MK3 here, and the Raven, and I think even the Chronos. But the Magnuses are like already together and pre-made, like they're ready to go. I'm like, well, show how you put that together. So I don't know. Hopefully we get an answer. Hopefully we can finish this tomorrow, because once we get past the grip in this, it's easy sailing. All you have to do is open the MK3, put this front end in, slap that in, you're done. But for now, if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. I'll probably upload a little bit earlier too. I usually wait for the sun to go down because the way that my setup is, where the garage is facing in the afternoon, it usually gets sun and then it glares and stuff. And I usually wait till the sun goes down. So maybe 4 o'clock-ish or 5, we'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get some answers from him about this grip and stuff. But other than that, guys, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.